What is up, good people? We are back in the building. I'm your girl, Michelle C., aka DJ Make a Move, the Jill of all trades. And this person next to me is.
Michael Christopher. Hi. Oh, all right. That was a slip up. Fuck that. Okay. I'm not going to let y'all know I had a drink like 2 minutes before the show. But, but Michael Christopher, it happened that way. It happens, people. It's adulting. I had a drink.
So we are coming to you live. So go ahead and subscribe right now while you sitting here looking at us before we get into our topic of today. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, all the good things. So go ahead and hook
All
us
of
up. All right, so we're getting into it today.
it.
The
Breakup.
topic of today is when is giving up okay? So I'm going to let you start, sir, because it seems like you have a lot on your mind.
I do. Okay. First of all, let's start off. When is giving up okay? I'm gonna tell you right now. For me, when giving up is okay, is when I can't see her be with another man. Now, I don't know if that's petty. I don't know how petty it is, but for me, okay, listen. If I'm dating you and I get to the point, I'm like, you know what? I could see you on a date with another man. I don't get jealous. I don't get mad. I don't want to shoot some shit up. That's about the time I feel like, you know what? You can go. You can share it. You for the streets. At
Oh,
that
wait a
point.
minute. Why she got to be for the streets just because she on a date?
Because if she's not with me, she for the streets.
Oh, that's
I
what it
mean,
is.
that's how I interpret breakup any goddamn week. And who doesn't determine that like that anyway? If they not with me, you for the streets.
You know what? Well, you got to first of all, you got to let them know that we ain't together. Like, how they know that y'all broken up? Like, you and your feelings, and they don't even know y'all together. So,
Oh well, that's some truth to that. That's some truth to that. I have broken up with people on the whim. They be like, listen, the sky's blue, and I said it was green. You got to go. So frivolous breakups happen, but in a more serious situation. I'm gonna tell you right now, for me, I don't know if I've ever really given up, except for a time that I know of, and I ain't gonna say recent or in past, but I know there was a time when I wanted to give up on. I think it was myself, and I think that was when it was time for me to give up. When I felt like, you know what, I don't know who I am. I think once you get to that point where if you don't know who you are, and you done lost yourself in a relationship, but you that so far gone, where you can't even recognize yourself at all, then yeah,
okay.
it might be time to go.
I feel like a good time to give up is when you see the red flags and you still stay there. That's a problem. So I feel like when you see them, I don't think you should get to a third, fourth, fifth red flag. I think the
Oh,
first one is good enough, and then you can get the hell on. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, look, if I keep staying in these red zones, and I know that it's a problem, why am I
hmm.
going to keep letting you? Like, it's just like having a gun. I'm not going to keep giving you the bullets to shoot me with. So if I feel like you're going to keep just doing that, then I'm out. That's good enough for me. Like, I'm giving up.
Now, now let's talk about that because you said red flags. I know everybody know what red flags are, but what
Mhm.
are red flags that make you say, you know what, I'm gonna have to go ahead and this is time to give this up because this is the red flag? Because everybody red flag is different.
Well, I feel like women, they say women have intuition, and I feel like you
Some
can.
women just crazy as shit. Okay.
Women, no, all women ain't crazy because 90% of the time, if we feel like you doing some bullshit, you probably are. So now I will
Oh hell
say,
no.
no,
Mhm.
wait a minute. You telling me, hold on. You telling me when anytime you felt some uneasy about a situation, you didn't have some truth to it, like you find out later, oh yeah, they was on some bullshit.
I've been wrong as shit in my time. Let me tell you something. This crazy mind of mine, I can think
Mm-hmm.
a whole bunch of shit. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you answer the phone wrong with me, and I feel like it's a breath in the background, you might get, if times things have happened to me in my past. And I listen for subtle shit. You ever been a dude? Now, I don't know if men have ever done this, but if you ever been a dude that was messing with a chick and you knew she had something going on, boyfriend number two, three, you don't know which boyfriend you are, but you one of them. And then
Mm-hmm.
it gets to the point to where that phone call ring and you gotta be quiet. And you be like, and you just be like, let me shut the fuck up. And you still sitting there, and then you might be doing one of these. Who knows what you're doing? But for that brief moment of time, you shut the hell up. See, that's what my mind go. If I answer the phone and you sound asleep at 4 p.m., that might be a red flag for me. If I call you at 4 o'clock, you're like, what's going on? Who is it? That right there,
Wait a minute, hold on. That is not a red flag. That's
red
something
flag.
that you do with yourself internally. Because okay,
Mm-mm,
what if they're an
mm-mm.
entrepreneur?
You
What
said
if
a red flag.
that day? What if they like? There's been many a days where I might have been napping at 4 p.m. because I have been working all night, so I woke up like, what you want? So I mean, that's not necessarily a red flag. That's a trigger.
I'm glad you just admitted to that, because that was a test for you. Exactly. What triggers are not really, they could be triggers. It doesn't necessarily mean that it actually is a fact. That was a test for you. I just wanted to show you how women be sounding when y'all say that stupid ass shit like men. You call a man, no.
You tried it.
You flip this bitch today. Let me flip this shit.
You tried it.
How about no? How about a woman sit up there and call your ass? It's 11 o'clock at fucking night. I want to call you 10 o'clock at night. You like, how about if you don't answer, you call her back 7 o'clock in the morning, you're like, yeah, what's going on? You call me 10 o'clock? Yeah, I call. So you sleep at 10 o'clock? Women do not let that shit slide. They either say you got a woman at home, you cheating, you ain't shit. They don't ever let you actually be at work and have been tired and had a long day and just need a little bit of sleep. Hell no, that's not what happens.
No, it depends. It depends on the type of communication y'all have. See, the reason women are able to get the women's intuition is y'all mess up the pattern. Because normally I ain't gonna say men, everybody has a pattern. And you have a typical way you do your day-to-day. And if you like skew from that day-to-day problem, then we're gonna be like, that nigga on some bullshit right now. Because normally he be up till midnight. Oh, it just so happened I call him at 10 p.m. This nigga sleep today. Red flag.
Exactly. That's some bullshit. That's where, matter of fact, that's where all people got to change. It sounds like it's a lot of assuming. It sounds like it's a lot of self-esteem shit that be going on in relationships. And this is what destroys good relationships or good possibilities of a good relationship. So my thing is, when it's time to break up, what's the best way to break up now? Do you break up by phone? You know, we got good shit to break up to. Now, I fuck around and break up with you off of TikTok. I'll fuck around and send you a TikTok video. I do one of them shits. One of them fucking TikToks, and it'll be a breakup. Now, my thing is, how do you break up, and what constitutes a breakup? What is a breakup? Like, what is a breakup?
If I was gonna be petty, I'd probably make a skit and send it to you. But but no, seriously, if I'm 100%, I believe in communication. I don't think you should ever break up with somebody over the phone, because it depends. If you feel like they're a little crazy, you might have to do the phone and be out. But if they
broke with somebody, they broke my phone. That's the last time I decided to break with somebody.
If they're a little bit gone, then you might have to just keep your distance. But if you feel like you can have a civil conversation with them, just pull them to the side. Hey, this ain't really working for me. I mean, what we had was cool. I appreciate the time that we did share, but I can't do it no more. That's it. Simple as that.
So when was the last time you had to break up with somebody?
Oh, what year are we in? Yeah, I'll say. Listen, I'm so at peace with what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm not gonna say that relationships are horrible, but I will say it does. I don't like the energy that you get with it. If somebody out of line, you just be like, man, I ain't got time for. I don't like the headache that could possibly come with with relationship. Doesn't have to be. Can't say all relationships will have to be headaches, but just the anxiety and the stuff that you go through with relationships, if it don't go how you feel like it should go, I don't have the energy for it no more.
See me, but I got time for that shit. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you brother, I got time for arguments. I got time for debates. I even got time for the makeups, the breakups. And my thing is, the problem is that there's a certain level of fuckery that you can only take on the inside. Now, my thing is, don't nobody want. I mean, you want peace and you don't want toxicity. No, we don't want to make up the breakups constantly. But at the same time, I want it to be a little bit interesting. If you're not going to be a little bit spicy, if we're not going to have a disagreement, I ain't going to have a reason to break it back into. Now, my thing is, now, of course, I can say, because after a while, after you break enough backs, and it's the same back for the last 10, 15 years, you need a motherfucking reason, okay? You want to get aggressive. And after, do you want coffee in your cup every morning? It gets a little boring. So after a while, you like that little tension that you get one day, like he get on my nerves, she get on my nerves. You still gonna get this dick today. You know you're gonna get this when I get home, right? And you're gonna get in the worst way. We talking about pops. Bang, 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 bang. You talking about that kind of shit. So my thing is, you need a little bit of that dumb shit in your relationship, but you just gotta know when too much is too much. Like, you know what I mean? When it's too much debating, like shut the fuck up kind of shit. Where you get to the point, be like, you don't shut the fuck up, like that kind of stuff.
I don't like unhealthy. I like communication, but I don't like unhealthy arguing. I've been in a relationship to the point where it's like, okay, we can argue, but we need to agree to disagree at some point, because I'm not gonna keep having the argument, the same bullshit argument with you. If I got to keep fussing with you about some shit that I don't give a fuck about, then I'm done. Like I would rather, what they say, fight or flee. I would flee before I fight with your ass about some shit I don't give a damn about. Out, nigga.
So that's enough about the fucking breakup part. So my thing is, when do you make up?
If you make up. If I'm breaking up with your ass, I'm probably not gonna make up.
Oh, fuck that shit. Let's talk about toxic motherfuckers. Then I said must have been enough room for toxic. But God must have said, you know what, Chris? I'm gonna make just enough room for you to come in and fuck somebody's life up 1 or 2 times and learn a lesson too. Let's talk about how you make it.
Did you learn?
Yes, I learned. Of course, I learned.
Okay,
but the point is that you can't have a breakup without a makeup at least once and twice in your life. You gotta think about this. Listen, sometimes you break up and then you make up and never have to break up again. You both could have learned the lesson, eh?
It depends on how severe the breakup. It depends on what y'all breaking up about.
Whatever God put on us, we can't. We can bear. You know the saying. God don't put more on you than you can bear. So that when He put Chris in your life, He said He didn't put more on you than you can bear. So guess what? You get a little dose of a whole bunch of shit. Now you might think I'm the devil at one point, but I promise you I'm gonna turn this around in the makeup. Now this is where I'm trying to tell you. When you make up with people, sometimes like say long lasting relationships that you literally didn't think was going to take, stand the test of time. You thought that you was going to just die. And then you go back and you say, you know what, I learned the lesson too. As a man, you go back humble. You learn your lesson. You've been out there in these streets. The grass ain't real on the other side, Chris Brown style. And then you come back and you say, you know what, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the right thing by this woman. Now, is that cause for makeup? Because my thing is a lot of fucked up ass men out here. Let's be honest. It's 99% sure you're going to catch a dickhead or two. Okay, as a female. Now, I'm telling you, this is highly probable that if your man cheated on you, you're going to get a man that cheated on his last motherfucking female. So my thing is, you still got a man that ain't shit. Not unless you had a man that ain't cheating over a year or two. There's a time frame on cheating too for men in our fuckery. But what I'm saying is, if you gonna get somebody else hurt ass piece of shit, then we just swapping shit because you might as well just play wife swap and then my dickhead go to his, and then he come to mine, and that way we can all act like we perfect again. Because you ain't catch me cheating on you, and I guess it's all, or you ain't catch me doing nothing to offend you. I guess it's all better. But the man you have is somebody else's shit.
Well, it depends on what level. Like everybody has stuff that they are willing to look past. Certain stuff you can't look past. So I'm like, okay, so what would be one of them things for you? You can say, you know what, I can't look past this. This is it. I'm done. I can't come back from this. What would that be for you?
Probably some corn smelling titties.
Some what? What'd you say?
What's that? My thing is, I don't like fucking funky ass women. My thing is, shit I can't come back from is the repetitive stinking ass woman. Now, I ain't talking about no pH off. I'm talking about your natural scent. No matter if you put on Kristen Dior, you can put on Flower Bomb. It's just something that's just not quite hitting. And that right there.
Smelling titties?
Yeah, corn smelling titties, meaning you don't clean your bras enough. The underwire of your bras is a little soft. So I need you to hook that up.
If your titties is crunchy, bitch, you got a whole nother problem.
Hey, don't be down on my sisters with the large size. Sometimes, to get up under that cuff. But what I'm saying is that is really not a deal breaker. That's a teachable moment. I would just tell you, baby, hit the baby pipe, put that talcum under there, rub that, Anyway, so my thing is the same thing in a relationship. If it's something that is not necessarily superficial, but something that if I just take you and teach you a lesson, I say, listen, just put some talcum powder on your attitude. And I say, listen, if you just can just calm down and rewash your fucking ignorant ass behaviors because you're stressing me out with them, maybe we might come out, brand new.
Okay. So funkiness you can't deal with. But so what if she cheated? Could you deal with a cheat?
Oh, that's a double standard right there. From the beginning of time, you listen, Mega have 10 million concubines. Your wife cheats, you get stoned. You know the fucking ritual. The hell? Ain't nothing changed about this bitch.
Don't get mad if she pulling you on you. Like, really? That's what we... Okay, wait a minute. You just said if you make up the breakup and you could possibly, not break up again. So she said, hey, Mike, I'm sorry. I did swerve to the left at one time. We got in that big argument and I just couldn't take it. And I did swerve to the left. Can you just find it in your heart to forgive me?
I'm going to say this with a nice State Farm motherfucking face. Because she done swerved and hit some shit. So I'm going to be the insurance agent, right? Okay. Fuck no. That's not in my policy. That's not in your policy. You must have lost your motherfucking mind. If you think... Now, listen, my thing is I'm not saying that, that women should forgive men for our fuckery that we do. I'm not saying the difference, but what I'm saying is that sounds like a personal fucking problem. What I'm saying is what I can't tolerate only because all I'm gonna forever picture is like you doing something nasty like you do to me. Now I'm not saying that women don't picture the same
You
shit.
don't think we picture the same shit? We'd be like, you motherfucker, you.
But it's different. Like well, suppose I spit in your face and you like it.
No.
Suppose I choked you a little bit. So suppose you like some X-rated shit. For the rest of my life, I can imagine that shit you could have had. You could have made love Maxwell style. I'm talking about this woman's work style, but all in the picture is bitch, I'm gonna fuck the shit on you today, bitch. Like that's all I'm gonna hear for the rest of my motherfucking mind when I look at you in the car when we driving. Fuck no, you gotta get out of my car. This is not gonna work. Not gonna work.
Okay, so question. Have you asked for forgiveness from cheating before?
Of course, nigga, I'm a whole nigga and a half.
So,
That's the beginning.
So with that being said, why do you feel like you are worthy of forgiveness, but the female can't be?
I ain't shit. I ain't never said I was shit. I never said I was worthy. They said it. Now my thing is this is where women go wrong. My thing is why the fuck y'all think that listen, just because we come back and we say, listen, we sorry, sorry for 2004, we hit you with a Reuben stutter, and then you say, okay, babe, all right, let's go do this again. And my thing is, listen, there comes a time in a man's life when he's really serious. Like I said this recently, and I'm dead serious at this point in my life where I'm like, you know what? I might have to go back and change some things and do some things the right way. Because maybe if I didn't give you a chance to be the woman that you really can be, and I never give myself to be a chance to be the man that you needed me to be, that's a different story. Okay. Now, if it's a situation where we just fuck around on each other and we just ain't got no potential for growth, man, I just can't see me doing that with that. But I'm telling you, I just don't hardly see me. I don't know why women tolerated what they tolerated for me. I don't know. That's an internal thing for women.
I don't want
Why
to
would
speak
you
on
allow a man?
I can't speak on your women, but I just know any women that tolerate shit that they don't have to tolerate are stupid, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though.
No,
it's like,
I wasn't
you
stupid.
deserve better, then get better.
How do you know you deserve it?
What do you mean? How do you know?
How do you know? You know how many women out here don't know what they deserve? They need Jared Jackson to tell them that shit.
That's a personal problem. If you don't know your worth, that's your fucked up problem. That ain't the
problem. No. This goes generational deep. You gotta understand, hurt begets hurt begets hurt. So you got women that's been in generational hurt. Okay, it starts like this. I've seen women sitting around table, right? And the woman be like, "Girl, come in." Girl, is that all you worried about? Do he take care of you? Do he take care of your whatever you got going on financially? Make sure he's taking care of his kids. He this, he that. Men will be men, is what women will teach women. Men will be men. So therefore, that is generational. So when women are going from woman to woman to woman, and it's generational hurt, you see. And then also, men just ain't shit for generations. Okay? So when you're going through that, it's hard to say that this is not self-learned or taught or just learned behavior in itself. Because some people self-teach it, some people it's from learned behavior. And I think that, some people just don't know what that is, what a successful relationship is. So when you get in it, how do you know it's unsuccessful?
But when do you know when to break up? Behavior, though? When do you break that learned behavior? Because at the end of the day, like, yes, we learn most of the stuff from the society or our parents or whoever is teaching us. But when do you decide I am a full grown adult, I can make my own decisions, I'm not okay with this, so I'm not gonna deal with this? When do you learn to just be who you are and fuck what everybody else saying?
I don't know, because it's amazing to me because I see more women that are more cautious of what they put in their mouth from McDonald's and the calories than what they put in their mouth for men. And let's talk about this. What I am going to do is we're going to touch on the fact that stop sucking dick. Let's talk. No, we're not going to switch that. We're not going to talk about men going down on strange vaginas and shit. This is why y'all need to. This is why you got to be careful in your relationships. You got to be careful what you're dealing with. But in what I'm saying is, I was going to go back to tasting, and I was going to go back to this because say you in the market, right? And you buy yourself a nice big jug of milk. You go home and you open that shit up. You see it might be, you smell it, you be like, oh man, this shit, I guess like 2 days from being bad. I'm not too sure about this. But you're like, fuck it, I want this cereal, I'm going to pour it in this. And the sweetness from the cereal makes the milk taste sweet, right? Now, after 2 days, that milk is going to get curdled. It's definitely going to be to a point where you can't really stomach. Now, I want you to pour that back over that cereal, ladies. Pour it back over the cereal and put that same bowl and that same spoon and that same everything that you got the first time, put it back in your mouth, and I want you to tell me how it tastes. That is what cheating is. Now, let's talk about this because most men come fucked up from the start. You already had a half-spoiled motherfucker from the very fucking beginning. You never really had a shot. Okay? So you taste something, it tastes good enough, but a little while, start tasting a little funky. Now, my thing is, would you go ahead and make yourself another bowl of cereal over and over and over again?
Well, that would be the definition of insanity: doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
Well, Mary J. Blige got a couple albums called, Insanity. But women like the vibe to the shit because Mary's my girl. She speak her truth. She speak for all women.
No, I think Mary. People like Mary because she really feel like. I mean, she give you because I love Mary, but she can't sing worth a damn. But she make you feel like she really believe what she's saying. That's the only reason people rock with her like that.
Or is it that people just truly relate to what she's saying?
I mean, everybody got their own journey and their own story. I just know for me, I'm not going to step backwards. You know how people say, well, would you ever go back to an ex or whatever? You're an ex for a reason. There and chances are because my thing is this, you wouldn't have became an ex if I felt like it was potential in you. I would have just said, okay, let's figure out how to work this out. But if I decided to say, okay, I'm gonna stamp this, you are officially an ex, then I ain't going back.
Let's see, that's where I differ. Because it was a time where I was like, I ain't never gonna eat McDonald's again. Fuck that. I don't want McDonald's until they added the dollar menu. I was like, well, I could do McDonald's again for the low because I'm broke right now, and I think that food has hitting my budget. So I went backwards, but that was that. But I have gone backwards to where it's not McDonald's and it's actually a nice, it was McDonald's, and then they knocked that motherfucker down and then turned it into a 5-star restaurant. And then the McDonald's I seen in McDonald's so much filet mignon, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go backwards because when I seen that motherfucker the last time I was on that area, it was McDonald's. I'm trying to taste what the filet mignon tastes like. So I'm just trying to see if you matured enough for me to go backwards. And if I go backwards, it's going to be for a bigger and better you than what you was the first time. Now, I'm not going to go back to McDonald's twice. I'm not going to go from McDonald's to Checker, bitch. Like, that's what we're not going to do. Like, you can't approve a little bit in me coming back. It got to be a major production, a major advancement. But I'm coming backwards, though.
See, that's the thing. Though. But how do you get how do you get the trust back? Because the reason I can't go backwards is because you lost my trust, therefore you lost me. So how do I trust McDonald's again? If you done fucked up my stomach every time I ate you.
Well, first of all, you should have never trust McDonald's to begin with. Let's start there. You knew McDonald's was bad for you in the first fucking place. Now, let's talk about the fact that my thing is, listen, you know how many 5-star places you got that still got roaches, mice, and all kind of shit underneath that motherfucker. Okay, every restaurant has mice and rats and shit, okay? My thing is, until that motherfucking rat poke his face out, then you, my friend, are 5-star from this point forward. That means I trust you just the same as I would trust Emerald or any other 5-star place that we know. Bobby Flay, I don't fucking know. All I know is that this is what you present as today. So I got to respect it today, and I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to say, what's going on, baby?
But is the trust earned? Or are you giving it?
I'm earning it in time.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like you say, okay, well, I think I like what I'm seeing. I feel like they have matured because it's been some years. Okay, I might tip my toe back into the dang on shallow end. But are you going to give the full trust? Are you going to say, no, I'm gonna just tip my toe in, and if I see some weird behavior, then I'm taking my toe back out?
No, I'm probably gonna hit it for a while. I ain't gonna lie.
You said you gonna what?
I'm gonna have to hit it for a little while. I'm gonna have to hit that restaurant up.
About the trust, you just like I just came for the party, and if the party leads to something else, then
no. What I'm saying is I'm gonna have to hit that restaurant up. I'm gonna have to keep eating. I ain't gonna know from the first time that I ate the restaurant. I'm gonna have to come through here a few times. You know what I mean? Take a step back, get full, come on back in because I'm hungry again. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about it's gonna be a consistent, continual thing. There's no way in the world that I'm gonna step my toe in. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna jump in the motherfucker.
Okay, and then you're gonna grab the building blocks as you go.
You're
gonna grab the building blocks as you go to see if it's potential there.
Absolutely. I'm gonna sit up there and see if we floating or we sinking. But I gotta dive in because I feel like in a new relationship, sure, you can tiptoe in because you low layer, you don't know what's up. But in an old relationship, I'm like, look, motherfucker, you still you. You're still you, just an improve you. That's it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm in it.
You're gonna be cautious. You're gonna give them a little bit of trust, but not enough.
No, they're gonna get this whole dick to death.
Really? That's what we do.
Maybe you didn't hear the shit that I said.
You know what? You making the subject different now. It's almost like the relationship ain't got shit to do with sex all the time. Because after sex,
damn lie.
Hold on, I said all the time. I said all the time. I didn't say it doesn't have to be included. I said all the time. Because after the sex, like you said, after you've had it a couple different times and different ways and styles or whatever, it's kind of like, all right, now what else? So what do you have beyond the sex?
Who the hell goes back to bad dick and bad vagina? Who the fuck goes back to bad coochie, bad dick? Who does that?
No, I'm not saying you're going back to bed. What I'm saying is sex is not always the main source of the relationship.
But when
After
you
you,
look back on a shitty person,
Mhm.
the shittiest people had the best sex. I know I'm not crazy. If I ever go backwards, it's because 9 times out of motherfucking 10, I swear to God, you got to be the only thing that sustained this probably was the sex, because everything else
Mhm.
was probably horrible as fuck. So my thing is, most people that go backwards, I ain't never met a female that went back and let's say this man was one of them men that was real, like he was really, really together as far as education. Maybe his money was straight. That's when they go back. They're like, yo, he really cleans himself up. Or they go for that toxic motherfucker. They be like, yo, that nigga dick me down, girl. I ain't found no good dick like that in about 15 years. Hell yeah, I'm gonna talk to him again. And he got a job now. And this motherfucker. Listen, this is how women act. Shit, you crazy. Women do the same shit.
I feel like yes, you can do that, but I don't think I would like if I had a situation like that. I wouldn't be going back expecting a relationship. I would go back with the intention of like he's just gonna be the cut buddy because that's what I need him for. And other than that, I'm gonna look over here to somebody that's stable that I like that probably I enjoy better. But if I just want to say okay, he can be the cut buddy for a minute, but I ain't gonna be with him in a relationship. Hell no.
But why can't he be stable now? He's changed. He's a new man.
Because the trust is not there. Like you lost my trust. Now my trust has nothing to do with your dick. But you did lose my trust. So because you lost my trust, I ain't fucking with you in a relationship, but we can do other shit.
So that's why you can't go backwards. This is why, hey, I go backwards. So
that's why I don't go backwards.
If y'all look on my Facebook one day and I just pop up married and shit, listen, don't judge it, motherfucker, okay? Because I go backwards. If I go backwards, I go backwards. If I don't, I don't. If I move forward, I move forward. But if I do backwards, it's definitely going to be for a good reason. Is what I would say. But enough about exes. Let's talk about the future. So, futuristically speaking, I think we've been off this for a while, folks. I was kicked off of Facebook for a very long time. They put me in the clink for 60 days. So now we back at this shit, and we are definitely looking for a good amount of feedback on this relationship thing and what you guys think about as far as when there is the time to break up. Is there a time to make up? Because according to me, now we don't know where we at. But let us know how you feel about that. Could you clue them in on our nice little witch name who sponsors us? Please let them know who we are.
Okay, so thank you all for tuning in for today, but make sure you catch us each and every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We are sponsored by Singadoo. You will see that at the end of this podcast of what Singadoo is. It's a musical game that's fun for the family and friends, but definitely make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share the live, and don't miss another episode because you are really lacking if you're missing. But again, we will see you next Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and leave your comments, likes, and anything that you want us to talk about. Matter of fact, give us some ideas of what you want to hear and what you want to hear us discuss. And sometimes we can tap you in. We'll actually leave you the link and we can tap you in on one of them. So
next time I'm gonna hold your hand like Derek Jackson held his wife's hand. We're gonna talk about the same topic. I'm gonna look at you better not fucking see nothing other than what the fuck we discussed.
Listen, I'm gonna have my bonnet and I'm gonna start selling bonnets. Shit, like she didn't capitalize like she should have. She should have started the bonnet ministry. I mean, I would have got my I would have did my
bullshit. I should have Derek Jackson this shit or Steve Harvey this motherfucker. Anyway, all right, folks. We enjoyed our time with y'all. Let's y'all take us out, please.
Did you do it today?
Singadoo.
Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it like this? Can you do it real quick?
Pew! Go get it! Go get it!
Pick a card up. Pick your genre. Can you do it right? You're gonna wanna, bruh. It's first to 21.
Let's go.
We'll get the job done. So grab your friends and fam, cause it's a lot of fun. Some do it with some class, but make it real fast. Cause time is kinda tricky. Can you do it in 6 weeks?
Let's go.
Get your copy today at singadoo.com.